The Fin Chasers is about a world record or a tournament. Very targeted, very specific. We raise the bar for ourselves because for me, that brings out the best in me. That juices me.
Oh my God, it's a giant. World record fish. How cool.
Never, ever, ever, ever give up.
This is Fin Chasers.
On this episode of the Fin Chasers, it's shark tournament time. In New Jersey, that means Mako Mania and Mako Fever. Joining me on this trip is my friend Pat Salvo, my neighbor Joe Hardigan, my mate Dave Rooney, of course, and his friend Chris, who's going to help us out mating as well. We're going to leave out of Barnegat, New Jersey, so we're a little closer to the sharking grounds, and it's game on.
I'm Dave Rooney. I'm first mate on the Fin Chaser. So working for Frank is great. Me and Frank are real similar. He's crazy. He's a maniac. He's intense. He's high energy. He's all over the place. We're always going, always thinking about the next step, always thinking about tomorrow, always trying to plan ahead, always trying to think outside of the box.
There's one to say that.
Yeah. So it's offshore in the triples. So we head almost straight out to the triples.
We'll look for water.
So it looks like right here is the edge of, there's a chloro break. We should go right for this contour. All right? This is Mako.
Mania.
Mako Mania, just confirm boat 053 Fin Chaser checked out. The morning of the tournament, there's a lot of rules in these shark tournaments, so we have to make sure that we follow rule number 1, and that is checking out in the proper order. What color goes first, Patty? Orange. So this is this neat thing from Balloon Fisher King. Normally you have to tie the balloon around the line, and sometimes when you pull it off, it'll burn the line, or I once broke the tip of a rod trying to get the balloon off when we had a fish on. There's a little tension clip, it just holds right on. And later, you just squeeze it and take it off. This is what we want. The bait is laying right in the chum slick. That doesn't always happen. So this is shark fishing right here. Set all your stuff out. You got the chum going good. We're fortunate we have the chum and the baits going the same direction. That's ideal. And this is a waiting game at this point. And sometimes it takes 5 minutes and sometimes it takes 5 hours. I just saw something break water out there. Patty, 11:30, 1,000 yards. Just 1 minute after I saw something break the water, we're hooked up. D8. That's how you set the shark. That's how you set the hook. All right, now sticking in.
Lift up and reel down.
All right, once you get that swivel there, not much else you can do. A lot of times when sharks are hooked, especially when they're right at the boat, they'll spin and roll and wrap themselves up in the leader, the wire, the monofilament. So what we have to do before we release them is to unwind them. Remember, this is a little tricky because they're full of teeth. A lot of times they just sitting back there and they're waiting for you to pull it away from them. See that? Reeling in and then you followed it in. What?
Just hurt the other way. Rip them.
Remember how I said in shark fishing, it could take 5 minutes or 5 hours? For us to get this second fish, we're closing in on the 5 hours. And this is why I don't like shark fishing. Last week we got 3 fish in less than an hour. Today, just a little blue shark and saw a hammerhead swimming. Definitely not what we need for a tournament. We're gonna pull out the secret sauce. We got the menhaden milk and the menhaden oil. Gonna set up our IV drip here. Either that or Dave's going swimming, one of the two. This right here is what you call a menhaden milkshake. You can't get that at the little corner, little grocery store. The Mako milkshake did the trick. We got the bite, Dave's gonna set the hook, and then it's game on. Yes. Rock and roll, baby. Oh, good? It's a pretty shark right there. We need one that's about 200 pounds heavier. Woo!
We ran all the way out, couldn't find blue water, couldn't find blue water. Finally found blue water, fished for a while, caught a couple blue sharks. Didn't like it, ran another 30 miles inshore, set up, boom, had 3 sharks in the slick right away. Before you know it, boom, Mako. Guy hooks up with a Mako, shark jumps, lands, comes again, jumps 15 feet in the air, cartwheels, lands, pull and drag, boom, line parts. What do I do? Oh! We look at the line, shark jumped, landed, got wrapped up in the wire parted.
Got it.
That fish there probably would have been, I don't know, 110, 15 pounds. You know, would have been right in the money for the shark tournament had we landed it.
It is just about 5 o'clock. That would give us 2 hours to get to the weigh-in. We pushed it and pushed it and pushed it further and further offshore. We never give up. We moved to 2 or 3 different spots, and now this spot, we found the Makos. They're here. They're just not big enough. This is our last drift. If we get bit, we're gonna have to land the fish as fast as possible, but I say that we don't have enough fuel to make it back. So we'll see what happens. Give me a sardine quick. This is our last shot at catching a good one. One more try.
Something came up to the top there. Something shot to the surface there.
There you go, nice, dude.
That's a nice dusky shark.
Circle hook.
All right.
I knew when I gave you that rod, I said, just keep paying this out. I knew when we free drifted a small bait on Milo, something would happen. We made it back. We used 183 gallons. The boat holds 200. We lost one engine just now pulling into the fuel dock that's not open. That's how close we got on running out of fuel. We pushed it to the limit. The fish that broke off was probably 110 to 20 pounds. And we just heard that 113 pounder is in the money. So we came that close. All in all, success. We made it back. After the shark tournament, the one good thing that happened was we heard a lot of tuna fish were around. Bluefin tuna, in the same grounds that we were yesterday. We're gonna head out today, switch it up a little bit, and it's gonna be bluefin fishing. But we still have the shark gear because we might make a stop on the way home. Yesterday, fished Mako Mania and Mako Fever. Tough fishing for sure. The good thing that came out of that was everyone we spoke to saw a whole bunch of tuna fish on the surface. All bluefins from 20 to 100 pounds. Turned the day around here. Dave and I got a good 3 hours sleep. So I got my first mate here, Dave Rooney and I, just a day of us doing something that we rarely get to do, which is just fish for us. School of big bluefin just showed up on the surface here. This is what we were looking for all day. Wind died down a little bit, and then they swam right under the boat. They were nice sized fish. There are not hundreds, not thousands, but hundreds of thousands of bluefin. And they're just rolling. It looks like pods of bunker. We're gonna try poppers, we're gonna try soft baits, we're gonna try butterfly jigs, and we're gonna try fly fishing. Because one of the things I'd like to do is the 20-pound tippet fly record for a bluefin. There's a giant school of big bluefins, and they'll follow this bait for a minute or two, and then they see the boat and it's over. They're not committing. Giant school of big bluefins, and they'll follow this bait for a minute or two, and then they see the boat and it's over. One good thing that came out of the shark tournament yesterday was that we got great intel about bluefin on the surface. After looking all day, we finally found them. I bet you don't eat a fly. Where's that fly rod? Fish are being super, super spooky. They're not eating anything. So I got 20-pound fluorocarbon leader to 30-pound fluorocarbon leader with a little fly. If they're scared of this, we're in trouble. Looks like we're in trouble. Try throwing a popper.
Got out there, had acres of fish, acres and acres of fish, couldn't get a bite. We came into them, all you looked at was you saw bluefin as far as the eye can see. We threw chunks with no weights just to see if we could get them to feed, nothing. We put sardines on 30-pound fluoro, nothing. We had poppers, nothing. We had soft plastics on jigs, nothing. Frankie had the fly, nothing, couldn't get a bite. All of a sudden, boom, monster top water action.
Oh, watch this point on the hoagie.
Pulled up, fish everywhere, absolutely crazy. First cast, boom, fish ate the popper.
Oh, I'm on! I'm hooked up on fly, no easy task when it comes to tuna fish. But there's so many boats, they're closing in on us, and they literally chase my fish that's hooked to the back of the boat, and he breaks me off. I am shaking. The agony of defeat. I thought I had enough adrenaline out of me to tie on a new fly. I could not stand. I had so much adrenaline, my legs were shaking. That was awesome. We set up the shark gear, we're chumming, and this is one of those 5-minute times. We got a good shark on, and it looks like it might be the good one. Pressure. Oh, there he is. Turned out to be a blue shark, a big blue shark. Today's gonna come to an end. Pretty successful all in all, but we still haven't got our licks in. We're gonna head out tomorrow, and it's tuna fishing again. Here we are, day 3, 9 hours, if that, combined sleep over 3 days. We brought a young gun with us, my friend Nick Perillo. Nick's a hotshot young guy from the Beach Haven area here, and he and I fished together before. I've been trying to get him to come out on the show.
So I'm Nick Perello. I've been coming down to Long Beach Island and specifically Beach Haven since I was only a couple days old, and I've been fishing since I was 2 years old. Now at age 17, I'm going out and fishing white marlin tournaments, going tuna fishing on all these other boats.
We got some hot tips on some big fish. So yesterday, bluefin searching. Today, yellowfin searching. Here we are. We are set up. We got some good intel. We are in the closest canyon to our backyard, our hometown. Without having to carry extra fuel, we can come here and go back home without a problem. So we got Nick and Dave have hooked everything up. We got a killer big eye spread out there, focusing on the big eyes, and then we just spoke to one of the local guys who was out here all night, and they caught some smaller fish. So we'll work up on the shallower edges in a little bit. We cannot catch a break with these tuna fish. This is killing me. I just went up on the gunnel there to look back, and just as I was looking on the left, Nick screamed, I heard the clip pop, and then the drag pulled, so we had two fish on. We don't know what the one fish was on that flippy floppy, but the Joe Shoe with the ballyhoo was probably a white marlin the way it was bit. We're still having a hard time here, but they're biting, the bite's on. We gotta go get them again.
I mean, the morale is always a little bit down after you get a bite and you miss them, but you also have a little bit of hope in there, like, okay, we'll get the next one, and you're prepared a little more.
Good fish, the good fish. Give me a belt, a little belt. Finally, hooked up. I'm on the fish for once. I got young Nick driving the boat, and the pressure's on that young man.
I did not want to lose Frank's fish today. I figured it's the first fish of the day. That's always the toughest one. That one has to get on the boat, and then just all the pressure's gone.
Start coming towards the fish. Slow it up for a second, Nick. Let him get that plug in. Okay, turn towards the fish. Just keep it nice and slow, turn towards the fish. Steady speed. There you go. Took us a while, but we finally got him. Leaving from my backyard in a 28-foot Buddy Davis, come offshore and catch a fish like this, get bit by a white marlin, have a chance at a big eye. That's good fishing anywhere in the world. And it's happening right here in New Jersey. It was a 3-day marathon. Very little sleep, a lot of fishing, not too much catching. I was glad to have young Nick Perello along on the trip. This kid is on it. I like bringing these young guys because I still think I can learn. It's great to be able to hopefully teach somebody, but a lot of times when I'm teaching, I'm learning. As far as my mate goes, for him to put up with me for these last 3 days, he has earned a spot forever. The amount of stuff that it takes to do a shark tournament, bluefin fishing inshore, and then offshore canyon fishing, back to back to back in a 28-foot boat is a lot of hard work. You need the right crew, you need the right boat, and you need the right gear. We did it all. Until next time,
Fin chasers, out!